What's up, everybody? It's Katie, and today, June 4th, 2018, marks my 10-month anniversary from when I started the Sinclair Method. Oh my gosh, just what an amazing, incredible, challenging, uplifting, life-changing experience and journey it has been for me. I started the Sinclair Method 10 months ago because I was just at the end of my rope with alcohol addiction. I tried to quit a number of times, tried to moderate my drinking, but nothing seemed to work. And for the better part of a decade, my life revolved around alcohol. I was either consuming it or craving it or pushing it away because I was hungover or I knew I had a problem. And it was just constantly in my mind and in my environment. And I was just so exhausted from all of this. I was actually kind of at that point, I was at a crux in my life where, I was like, in a sense, I was surrendering to the fact that, okay, I guess I'm just going to be an alcoholic for the rest of my life. It runs in my family. It's a really common thing. Looking around, I see all kinds of people drinking a lot. So I was just starting to come to terms with this might just be the life I'm going to live, the cards I was dealt in this life, and okay, if that's that, then okay. The addiction was so ingrained and so set in me that I couldn't get out on my own. But at the same time, I hated it. It was making my life miserable. I knew it was this huge barrier to me really living my greatest potential and giving my gifts in the world. But I couldn't get past the addiction. I would, stop drinking or quit drinking for a week or a couple weeks or a few months, but it would always come back, and it would always come back in fuller force and be stronger than before. So I was just at the end of my rope, and when I discovered the Sinclair Method, it took me a couple of weeks, or really actually a couple of months, to really get my hands on the medication. I discovered it probably like how you discovered this video, just searching on YouTube, seeing what others are doing to reduce their alcohol or control their alcohol cravings or drinking. And I came across Claudia's TED Talk, which is the most inspiring TED Talk. I still watch it like on a regular basis just because I'm so inspired by her story. But even seeing that, I didn't really believe it could work. It seemed too good to be true. But I wanted to try. So I spent all this time calling doctors, being denied, being told I needed to go to rehab. It wasn't easy. It took me a couple months to finally get my hands on the medication. But now that I've been on it for 10 months, I am just in reverence to the life-changing ability of the Sinclair Method. I started it really just to get rid of this addiction, get rid of this nasty habit, get it out of my life so that I can focus on other things. But I really didn't realize how much of an introspective kind of journey it was going to be as well for myself. I really, with addiction being removed from my brain and my system, and me now just not even desiring to drink. It's been over a month since the last time I drank, just because I really haven't wanted to. I've preferred anything else over alcohol. And so having that craving and that addiction removed from my system has just opened up so much for me otherwise. I feel so curious and engaged and excited about life. My confidence has increased, so I feel like more sure of the gifts I have to give to the world, more sure of my skills. I feel like I'm no longer hiding behind this dark, heavy energy of alcohol addiction. With that being said too, the Sinclair Method, because you're getting sober, because you're no longer using alcohol as something to fall back on or to numb out on, in my experience, and I think it's true for others, that a lot of stuff comes to surface that you have to face and deal with, that you might have been putting off or numbing out to, or just didn't care enough or didn't have the energy to care enough when you're drinking heavily. So for me, it's been this amazing introspective journey of really getting more in tune with myself and getting to know myself more and learn to trust myself and trust my intuition and listen to myself more. But at the same time, it's brought about some challenges too, whereas before when things would come up, I would just kind of ignore it and check out and get drunk and not deal with it. But they were always really there, but I was just kind of in this fog and never really dealing with it. And so now that I'm sober, I have to deal with it. It's there. I can't just ignore these things or numb out anymore. And so while it has been challenging, I also feel like I'm a stronger person, like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, because of getting this addiction out of my system. Like I'm ready to face these challenging things. I'm ready to conquer them and deal with them and just keep growing and expanding and tapping into my fullest potential of who I am meant to be in this life. So, holy cow, 10 months. What an amazing experience. Can't say enough how grateful I am for this method, taking alcohol addiction out of my life and just giving me a second chance at life that doesn't involve alcohol addiction. What a gift. Anyway, that's a quick update. Thanks for listening. I hope you are all well too. Bye-bye.